Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to join my colleagues. You know, Honorable Speaker, I want to remind them. 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 12. The Bible says, remind them even though they know. Mr. Speaker, I want to remind the Council of Governors, even though they know that Article 95 of the Constitution is very clear, and it does not exist anywhere in any other article, Mr. Speaker. And it reads, for the avoidance of doubt, that the National Assembly represents the people of the constituents and special interests of the National Assembly. It says in 2, Mr. Speaker, the National Assembly deliberates on and resolves issues that are of concern to the people. Mr. Speaker, there is no other person in Kenya that has the power to resolve issues that are of concern to the people. It is only this House, Mr. Speaker. Even the courts themselves, I am being reminded by a layman here that the courts are also don't have power to resolve issues that are of concern to the people. Mr. Speaker, you know the other day we increased the RMLF from 18 shillings to 25. And now because we increased that money, they are now salivating. The reason we were doing so, Mr. Speaker, was to resolve issues that are of concern to the people. Mr. Speaker, you know, in the last government, they launched about 10,000 kilometers of roads. And you know, Mr. Speaker, there was no money to pay for those roads. And it is necessary that the RMLF was increased for purposes of paying off the outstanding bills with regard to those roads that have been constructed in those counties, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, for someone to come and say that they are holding 10 billion shillings because they are salivating for the 7 or 8 shillings that was increased is completely unfair and unconstitutional, Mr. Speaker. You know, people just read Article 95 and they just go to sleep. Article 95 says members of parliament have 4 roles: oversight, budgeting, representation, and legislation. Mr. Speaker, we budget. There is no one else under the sun in Kenya who has the role of budgeting of the resources of this country, which Kenyans pay as taxes, Mr. Speaker. In fact, the Senate or any other body cannot originate a money bill. It can only be originated from this House. That is the reason why Kara could not be passed until this House agrees. Mr. Speaker, we are not begging the Council of Governors. We want to ask them to withdraw that bill so that they can be able to get their money, which is more than the 10 billion shillings, Mr. Speaker. As members have just said, I also come from a constituency. I have never seen any Council of Governors repairing roads in Ainabkoi or maintaining them, Mr. Speaker. In fact, most of the time we are asked, please assist us, we know this is not your road. And we go and plead with the Director General of Kera, please, could you assist these people of Ainabkoi who have a problem with this road? And you know, Mr. Speaker, it is not a Kera road, it is a county road, Mr. Speaker. And we can give so many of them, there are plethora of roads that have been repaired by Kera that has nothing to do with what has been apportioned to them. And so, Mr. Speaker, we must stand very firm. In fact, we have now learned something, Mr. Speaker, that we can use the Sakaja route to stop some people from doing some funny things. No, I'm not saying it's a Sakaja route. No. The Sakaja route, Mr. Speaker, is very unfair.
That is criminal conduct.
It is a very criminal conduct. But we are saying...
that is criminal conduct.
But we are saying, Mr. Speaker, we have just learned bad habits recently.
There is no justification for that.
I agree with you, Mr. Speaker. Yes. There's no justification at all. Yes. For people to pour cabbage on people's gates. Yes. You know, NEMA must in fact take action. That's what the majority leader is saying. Mr. Speaker, we are saying...
Are you saying, Chepkonga, if KPLC demands power payment from you, you go and cut down their polls?
No, Mr. Speaker, that's what I'm saying. It is absolutely criminal. It's a criminal enterprise. They are involved in some criminality, Mr. Speaker. Yes. And it is that we don't have any...
No country will condone that kind of criminal behavior.
Yeah, but we would like to ask the Senate to call to order Senator Sakaja for dumping waste on KPLC, Mr. Speaker. That is conduct and becoming. Yeah, and the reason why people see us this way, Mr. Speaker, is because we are gentlemen and gentlewomen, and we like to follow the law. But we should not be taken like we have no teeth, Mr. Speaker. We can fight.
There are no gentlewomen, there are ladies.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Speaker. They are gentle ladies. No, it's just that one of them was being told she was not properly dressed yesterday.
Okay, finish up.
Yeah, I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I support.
Honourable members, I'll close with Otienda Amolo, then Kainan, then GK. Only those, then we go to the next.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Exercise and brevity.
Mr. Speaker, first is information to the members. As the members are aware,